All right, welcome back into the workshop. Today we are going to see what we can do with a Husqvarna 128 LD weed trimmer. This is a pretty common model. I've worked on a few of them before. Do keep in mind I am not certified, authorized, whatever you want to call it, Husqvarna repair station. Matter of fact, I'm not authorized for any of them. I am a handyman and I fix things and farm my way through it, and that's what I hope to give you for the content. If you're new to the channel, I appreciate it. We work on all kinds of things, and this one here is just a weed eater. I've got several of them out there. I usually make things run, fix things that are broken. But like I say, I'm not factory trained or anything on that matter. So you're going to see some mistakes probably, but we hope to end up with a finished product that runs and keeps costs down on the customer and make it work. So this particular one has got a thing, and it says that only runs at 3/8 to half choke. May need carburetor clean, so that's what he's claiming. What I want to do first is just verify that. I think he said he did put a new primer bulb on here, so let's just make sure we got gas, and looks like there's gas in there, and it looks like that's, I want to check, make sure it's good gas before I pull too much. And I think normally what I do is just take a little pipette right here and we stick it down in the very bottom of the tank, kind of lean it so everything goes down that way, and we'll just verify that, one, it doesn't have any water or anything in there, and it appears not to have. And by the color of it, I would guess it to be canned fuel, which I'm not a big fan of. I've had several times when I take the canned fuel out and put the regular in there, my fuel, it works perfectly well. So anyways, we're going to go ahead, we'll prime it, see if it'll prime, or purge, whichever you want to call it. And I'm not getting any gas to it, so I guess we'll start out with that. Let's see if we actually have a fuel line hooked up in here. Looks like there's one down in there. Let's see if we can get a hold to her and see what she is. Well, there is a fuel line, and that looks good. The next thing I want to do is make sure. He said he changed this primer bulb. I don't think you can really hook it up wrong, but it's not blowing fuel back out this way, so that's a good sign. But it don't act like it's sucking anything either, so let's go ahead and shove that back down in there. And we're going to have to, what I was hoping to do is try to start it up, see if it can run. I don't know whether I should waste my time or not. It don't really act like it's sucking anything into the carburetor. Got a little bit there, but not very much. Let's just pull it over once or twice, just see what it does. Make sure she's on. Feels like it's got good compression. That is one thing you do want to check. You should be able to pick this up and it should not just drop back to the table. So we know we've got that. That's good. It's not firing a lick. So let's just see what he has got here. Filter is terrible. Don't like the looks of that. If you look at this, there's all kinds of moisture in here, so that looks like it's been in the rain or something. I didn't pick up any moisture out of the tank. Normally I would have found that in the gas if it was that wet, but it did not appear to do that. But all this moisture is definitely a bad thing. So let's strap this down a little better. Okay, we got, I don't know if I can show you a little bit better what we got going here. Maybe get this up off the thing. Bring it down here into a level where you can see what I've got going. There we go. So, yeah, like I say, all that moisture I'm not very happy with. Let's see what size we need to get this thing apart. That's a 10 millimeter. We'll take these two screws off of here. If it sucked that much moisture up into it, then we definitely gonna have to dry it out and get it back to something different than that. I'm gonna get out of there. There we go. Yeah, this looks like just wet all the way down through here, so that's just not good. Carburetor, fuel lines. The fuel line looks pretty good shape right here coming into it. Don't know if it's, I don't know, there's a little spot there maybe on it. Okay, let's try to, let's go ahead and pull this carburetor off of there. I don't know if you can see that. You should be able to just take that and unspin it. That'll do that. And then we're going to take a pair of pliers. Let's see if we can pop this one off of there. Yeah. I think actually that was coming out the side right there. I think we're sucking air on that one. Yeah, that thing's bad right there. That fuel line is bad. We'll have to replace that one. And if we replace that one, we'll replace the other one too. So we're just going to get this carburetor out of the way. And we'll see if we can't just replace a couple of fuel lines in this thing. I don't know if I can do it without removing that thing. Yeah, these are old fuel lines. Yeah, that just popped out of there. You can see that's kind of nasty. So, alrighty, let me grab some fuel lines up. Okay, this thing is right there at the edge on that fuel, so we're going to go ahead and dump this fuel out of it. I can't do the line if the fuel's running out, so we'll just take it and tip it over here and dump her on out. There we go. Now we should be able to work on it without having too big a mess here. Let's see if we can do that. Let me reach in here and see if we can snatch the old lines out. Okay, that gets that out of there. But yeah, that line, you can see it's all chewed up right there. I think it was just sucking air. So let's see if we can match up and get something that's going to go in here that's about the same size. That one looks about right. I'll make sure that it fits the carburetor properly and get a tight fit, and it does. If you get these too small, also I have like these lines here. This is a lot smaller line. There's about 3 different sizes, and I don't know how you determine which one you want, except for it fits good, and you want to make sure that it doesn't just slide in the hole there. If you're looking at this one, you see it's definitely too small because I push it right in. That ain't gonna hold anything back, so we definitely want to go bigger than that. So we'll go ahead and replace this with a little bit bigger line than that one, and this one here seems to hold, so we'll go ahead. And the way I find the easiest to put this in is we'll get a little cutter here, and we'll just cut this on back a bit. And you can make this as long as you need it to fit in there. And usually you got a little pair of pliers like I do. Usually you can cut this thing down and get it slide through pretty easy. I used to fight with these pretty bad. Most of the time I can take it and cut it back, like I say, with the tip like that, just thin it out and stuff that thing down in there, and then we should be good. And we want to do the vent first, so we're going to try to get, because that is the back one, or I shouldn't say vent, it's the return line. So we're going to try this. Sometimes can be a little tricky, but that's the one you want to go first, because if you don't, you're going to have a hard time getting hold of it. So go ahead and grab that. We're going to bring it all the way in, and we're going to bring it up here enough to where we can cut how I put that together. We'll cut that back off, give it a clean cut. Let's see if I can get it up here enough to do that. And it just really needs enough of this return line going in to just sit down into the tank a little bit. So we'll pull that on up a little bit. And that line, as you remember, was just a little short line anyway. So we're going to kind of match that up, cut this one off. It'll be ready to go back on the carburetor. And we'll trim this one up. I say, if you got fuel line, a lot easier to do this than sit and fight with it and all those other ways that I used to try to pull fuel line in. So we'll, oops, here, kind of cut a little bit much on that one. Let's try again here. That probably will do. And we'll shove that in. I say, if you got a pair of these pliers here, this generally makes it pretty easy to get a hold to. I've got it down in there far enough. Oops, there. And you got to make sure you don't catch the other fuel line. That thing's sliding out of my way here. Let's see if I can get my eyes on it here. There we go. And we'll have to pull this one in more than we did the other one. We definitely want to have enough in there to where it'll lay onto the bottom of the tank, but not so much that it's able to ball up in the bottom of it. So we'll get approximately the same length as what we took out. It's usually a good plan. Cut this loose. And if we match this thing up, we'd be about there to there. Let's pull just a touch more through. There we go. That should be plenty. We're gonna see here. This filter, I don't know. He said I think he replaced that, but let me find us a new filter just to be sure. I think I've got one over here that'll do just fine. Let's see if this one don't go on there. That'll do. Shove that back in there. And then we'll bring this on up and we'll cut that off. And now we can go ahead and this one here, the filter goes on this side, I believe it was, and the other one goes on the other side. Make sure I got this in the right orientation here. I don't. Let's see, we had to, yeah, this way, okay. This one, and if you don't get it in the right orientation, this thing will not work, so make sure you do that right. Slide this back on. And if you got too much there on either one of those lines, I recommend take it and just tighten them up a little bit, make them look like they aren't going to kink, because you don't want them to kink. There we go. That looks pretty good down in there. You see, looks decent enough. So we'll go ahead and hook our throttle back up. And hopefully that's all that was wrong with it. Now I have to go into the carburetor. There we go. That gas is, I don't trust the gas. I think what I'm going to do is pour some of my fresh gas in here. So let me grab some gas can and put a little bit of mine in there and let's see if we can get suction through that tank. Okay, I've got the tank all filled back up. Let's see if that fuel line was the issue or if we still have problems. Ah, that looks to be a big improvement right there. So let's go ahead and put this back on. I need to get some of that water out of this thing. Let me just blow that off a little bit and we'll put this cover back on and have it ready to go. Let's see if we can fire it up then. Okay, we got that dried off and I just stuck it back on there. We're going to go to choke, make sure our gas is there. We have primed. We may have to pull that plug and see if we got moisture up in that cylinder, but I'm going to see if that just helped right there, just getting gas to it. She's not really wanting to. Okay, I think that did it. I had to take the choke back off of that to get her to fire up, but she's running fully choke off, so we're making progress there. Might have to do a little bit of a tune-up on the carburetor, but I'm going to put a new air filter on it. Let me see if I've got one of those and put her back together. That way we can adjust it. We want to have everything as it's supposed to run. So I think we're making progress. Okay, we got her on. We're going to adjust this a little bit. We're just playing with the idle and stuff on it. If you're going to do that, it's splined. What I've got is a little spline 21 thing. And you're basically just going to make sure she idles and runs top speed. I don't have any real good procedure with it. I go in there and play around with it. I know that generally speaking, if all else fails, take them all the way in. Tighten them both down, bring them back out someplace between 1.5 turns to 2, 2 1/4. I generally start out at 1.5 each. And from there, generally it'll start up and you can fine tune it. So we'll just kind of play with it here a little bit and see what we can get it to do. Too bad a shape. The wheels stop spinning up front, so we know our idle's about right. And she seems like she's topping out. She's stalling out a little bit. I'm going to play with it maybe a little bit more, but really that's about all it's going to take. It looks like she's going to run fine. Like I say, we're going to go ahead and just play with that carburetor a little bit more. It's running good top end and seems to be running pretty good at idle, so I'm not too far off on it anyway. So we'll call that a good project. That's all it takes to fix one of them, I guess. We'll get it back to the customer. Thanks for watching. Hope that kind of goes through the steps of getting her ready to roll. Talk to you on the next one. I appreciate a thumbs up, comment, and hit the subscribe button. Always helps my channel a little bit. So thanks for checking out the Workshop Handyman. See you on the next one.